But we were talking about the type of people that thrive in China and the type of people that don't. And that's it's an interesting topic because it doesn't mean that you're bad or good. China won't cater to you more if you're a good person or if you're a bad person. Equally, you could fit in here. But there are some traits that if you have, it's not really good to come to China, and in other ways, it's really good to come to China. So why don't we talk about the different traits that are positive, right? So we'll start with that. What do you have one?
I think a common denominator between people that thrive here is definitely open-mindedness.
Open-minded,
the will to just embrace things, good or bad, that happen.
Yeah.
Because just like in any country, you go somewhere and there are going to be some things that you don't really like so much, but if you attack them with the right attitude and just with open-mindedness, then you'll get through it, and maybe it'll become a story to tell.
You're right.
And
right.
Some people, they are not so open-minded, and they might expect it to be like their own country.
There's a lot of people out there that are very rigid, like maybe they live in Europe or maybe they live in America, and their life is so rigid and so comfortable for them that any diversion or change from that would be deemed a negative.
Yeah.
So like we've seen those people in China. They're kind of like the self-hating expat in a lot of ways. Oh, I hate this job.
Yeah.
I hate this place. But like yesterday, I wish you missed it. It was really awesome. He was a bit under the weather yesterday, but we were walking down the street yesterday, and people were coming out of the woodwork, like to talk to us and take pictures with us. And if you were a person with a trait that was a bit non-interpersonal, like some people are very closed off, right? They don't want to be touched. They don't want to be integrated with. If that's your style, if that's like who you are, that's probably, you probably don't want to come to China, right? It's just probably a bad thing. If you don't like interacting with people in public, that's probably an indication that you might not fit in really well as a Chinese expat.
Right,
Would that be right?
And especially the more rural you go,
Yeah.
the more that's going to happen.
Yeah, for sure.
So, it can be kind of interesting. Sometimes it's kind of flattering. But then, if you are caught on a day where you're in a not so good mood or something, you do kind of have to, roll with it.
Would you say that this would be a good place to come if you knew that you were an introvert and you wanted to try to change that in yourself?
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
This might be the best place. Because you cannot, unless you lock yourself in your house, which is very hard to do in China because you kind of have to go out and do things. This is a great place to challenge your worldview and to broaden your horizons with respects to meeting people and interpersonal connections.
That's true.
Right?
I came here. The only reason I came here, to be honest, is because my dad was already in China, and I wasn't at that time financially stable to live by myself. So, but I'm so glad that he was here and not in, another European country or something, because like the culture difference is so huge that's what keeps it so interesting for me.
Yeah.
Like I've been here 18 months going on 2 years now, and still like almost every day I'm looking around at different scenarios, seeing, wow, that's kind of different. Oh, that's strange how that turned out, and it just keeps things interesting.
Do you think that China is a good place if you have a lack of self-confidence?
If like you said before, you're trying to like combat that and evolve, then I would say so. Because I think
if like you come here, people are like extra friendly to you because you're different, because you're a foreigner in a land that is overwhelmingly Asian.
You've touched on an interesting point now, actually. Sorry to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
I can see that some people, you do get a bit of extra sort of attention and stuff as you come here as a foreigner, and I have seen some people let that get to their head.
It's
For
sure.
It's kind of similar to doing a YouTube channel, and people get more subscribers, so they start letting it change
Consume
their
them.
personality,
Yeah.
and that can happen coming here in China, and it's something that I definitely try and keep a note on, and
Stay humble.
stay humble, for sure.
Yeah.
Because you hear some people who have been here for 2 years and they start to feel entitled to more things than they or ever will be in their own country.
The way you're treated in China is not the way that you're going to be treated everywhere.
No.
Right?
No.
And you could sort of feel that maybe, oh shit, I was a superstar in China. I was elevated in some ways, or maybe it was easier to make friends, because it's very easy to, right? It's easier to make friends in China in some ways.
Yeah. There's also a lot of people that I've met where it's quite easy to tell whether they are the kind of person who's come to live here and embraced it, or they've come to live here and become sour and bitter and resentful and can't wait to leave.
Yeah.
And you can quite easily tell when you have an opening conversation with someone what type of person they are out of those two. And some people if they say they can't wait to leave and these things, and I think China is not for everybody. It's definitely not for everybody, but there are a lot of people I've met here and who have evolved their character, like myself, a lot since they've come here. So
are you a different
glad.
Ali today than you were?
I am literally an unrecognizable person from when I came here.
Yeah.
Seriously, and I guess I'm proud of that change.
Yeah.